Hey, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It's Dr. Eric Naputi. Hope you're having a great day wherever in the world you are. Hey, listen, I've got some breaking news that I want to talk to you about today. So, I don't know if you saw this, but moms, dad, grandmas, grandpas, anybody who takes care of children, please listen and pay attention because this is actually leading to an even bigger problem than we already thought we had. So first of all, hey everybody, it's Dr. Eric Naputi. Hope you're having a great day today. Give me a thumbs up if you guys can see me and hear me. Let me know where you guys are watching from. I always like to know where people in the world are. And do you have any concerns about this? Did you just see that Secretary Kennedy and the United States government just declared that they are reviewing all of the baby food formulas all across the United States of America? And by the way, this is long, long overdue. So first of all, let's stop pretending. We've known for a long, long time that our baby formulas, yes, the powder we feed our infants is contaminated with, listen to this, folks, arsenic, lead, cadmium, BPAs, which are a chemical byproduct of microplastics, glyphosates, which are known endocrine disruptors and known compounds that cause leaky gut, other solvents, and other things like microplastics in it. So check this out. In a 2021 Healthy Babies Bright Futures report, 95, that's right, 95% of baby food formulas contain toxic heavy metals. Listen, these toxic heavy metals are causing a slew of problems in all of us, but especially in our children. We are in the wake of a massive tsunami of childhood obesity, childhood chronic inflammation, childhood chronic illness. And just a few weeks ago, this same Health and Human Services Secretary Kennedy, released a report that shows that the number one cause of chronic illness is chronic inflammation. And the number one cause of that chronic inflammation are these environmental toxins that are in our food, our water, and in our bodies. Now listen to this. Let this sink in just for a minute. We are feeding poison to our babies before they can even speak. Let me say that again. We are feeding poisons to our baby before they can even speak. Babies aren't just small adults. Their blood-brain barrier is still developing and their immune response is still developing. So we are causing a hyperimmune response with these children, leading to autoimmune issues. We're seeing more cancers, autoimmune issues, obesity related issues, and inflammatory related issues with children in the last 2 decades than we've seen in recorded history of medicine and healthcare ever before. So these toxins don't just pass through the body, they build up in the body and they hijack your genetic expression. That's the big piece of the puzzle that I need you to hear and you to know. Is this a concern of yours? Are you concerned about this? I want to know. Hey, Mary in Kansas, how are you? Hey, Jill, how are you? Hope you guys are good. Hey, Sven in Norway. Hey, Julie, hope you guys are good. Rebecca, I see you here in Missouri. Dawn, good morning. What do you guys think about this? Listen, this report that we just wrote up is pretty crazy. I'm going to be talking about it tonight on a couple local media outlets. But listen, why are microplastics and heavy metals, why are they such a problem for our children? Let's dig deeper. Number one, neurotoxicity. First of all, the word toxicity is no good, but when you say neuro in front of it, that's brain and nervous system. We're seeing a massive reduction in IQs, an increase in autism spectrum disorders, a massive increase in ADD and ADHD, even small dosages of these heavy metals, microplastics, and etc., especially at a young age, can lead to these problems. Now, number two. So first of all, there's all these neuro issues, but number two, gut microbiome destruction. Hippocrates, the father of medicine, said, first heal the gut and everything else will come into place. The body, all disease begins in the gut. Microplastics, listen to this, are carriers of pathogens and act as sponges for other toxins in the body, destroying the normal healthy bacteria in the body, setting the stage for autoimmune disease, allergies, inflammation, and obesity. Folks, this is what's going on. It's not just our baby food, it's in most of our food, period. The bread we eat, the cereals we eat, most of the juices we drink, anything that comes from concentrate has this information in it. Now, there are things you can do to mitigate this and remove this from your body. It's also an endocrine disruptor. So many people have estrogen dominance. Their testosterone's low. They're gaining weight. Women have low libido. Men have low libido. We got low energy. Our get up and go got up and went. We can't produce muscles anymore. It's because our endocrine system is disrupted. These chemicals mimic hormones. Listen to this. They mimic hormones. The chemicals of microplastics and heavy metals mimic hormones and confuse the body's messaging system, i.e. causing early puberty. This is why we see little girls that are getting breast at the age of 10 and 11 years old. They're having their cycle at 9 years old. It's because of these microplastics and heavy metals. There's no question. There's no question about that, leading to infertility, metabolic disorders, including thyroid dysfunction, type 2 diabetes, and really making estrogen compounds that leach from all plastics, period. By the way, women, anybody in here ever heard of menopause? Menopause. Do you know that a lot of the symptoms of menopause are when lead leaching from the bones during menopause because of high estrogen levels. We get the microplastics and heavy metals out of the body. We bind those, and you can bind those. If these things leak into your system, you can bind those and pull those out. I'll show you how to do that in a moment, but it's in the baby formula. And we use our Detox Pro Plus formula, and we give it to babies. We give it to infants and babies in our practice, about a half of a dropper full to a full dropper full a day in a bottle. It'll make their poop a little bit different color, but it helps pull these toxins out, and it can be a game changer for them, especially during the developmental times of their life. That's a big deal. Mitochondrial damage. This is huge. How many of you have heard over the last decade, people are just saying, I'm just exhausted. My get up and go got up and went. I'm just tired. In fact, I'm not just tired. I'm sick and I'm tired. The very engine of your children's cells and of your own cells, the mitochondria, is poisoned, suffocated, and clogged by these microplastics. Literally think about a cell inside your body. In every cell, there's this little thing called a mitochondria. That mitochondria turns like an engine, like a turbine. If it gets clogged or bound up with microplastics or even heavy metals, guess what? It can't move like it's supposed to. And that leads to this mitochondrial dysfunction that causes developmental delays, that can lead to fatigue, that can cause poisoning and suffocation of blood vessels. It can also cause the body not to heal like it's supposed to because of autoimmune imbalances. And then last but not least, genetic and epigenetic changes are happening when we have these high levels of microplastics and or heavy metals in our system. These toxins don't just hurt children and adults, they damage the DNA signaling. And that's the thing you have to understand. Your DNA is nothing but a code. It's a recipe book that signals to your cells to go to work. Well, your cells have to signal to each other to work as well. And if they don't, our body gets sick. And it's shown now that these epigenetic changes are happening. And again, this is just from baby formula, let alone the same stuff that's in our tap water, in our food, in our packaging, in some of the clothes people's wear, in air fresheners, in candles. I mean, this isn't fear mongering. This is just real. Now look at this. I want to show you this. Let me see if I can pull. Okay, here's one great example of microplastics, where they're hiding and what they're doing to get them out, right? They're found in the water, in the air, in the food, in the clothes, in your cosmetics. They damage hormones. They damage your gut. The detox tools, so activated charcoal, there's a formula we use called Master Microbiotics. It's a really specific type of probiotics that have a really specific type of strands of lactobacillus and bifidobacterium in them. And then we use our Detox Pro Plus, as well as heating and saunas and many other things. This is the formula that we use with our with our patients. It's called the Detox Pro Plus formula. Over 90% of Americans are carrying detectable levels of forever chemicals in their body. And these forever chemicals are leading to serious disease and dis-ease processes. I am convinced that the future of healthcare is going to be about getting these out of the body. Now, check this out. These are some current lawsuits that are happening right now over baby formulas. Over 100 cases of alleged heavy metals in baby foods causing autism spectrum disorder and ADHD. So Amazon has a class action lawsuit over arsenic in rice, okay? And Uncle Ben's rice has arsenic in it. A lot of rice has arsenic in it. Just be aware of that. Ziploc is being sued right now because the claims of the microwave safe plastics. Do not microwave bottles for your baby. Don't microwave plastics for your food. Don't do any of that stuff. Chobani has a class action suit against the yogurt with phthalates in it. Those are byproducts. Those are byproducts of heavy metal toxins in the body. And then the FDA is going, environmental groups suing the FDA to ban these phthalates in foods. And so we're seeing a massive change and shift that's happening right now. Whoops, let's try this again. We're seeing a massive shift and change that's happening right now. Here's a couple more lawsuits. So major litigation is underway in the U.S. District Court of Northern District of California, targeting several baby food manufacturers. Listen to this. Because of contributing to autism spectrum disorder and attention deficit disorder in children. Gerber, so Nestle Gerber being sued. Beechnut, Hero Group being sued. Nature Inc., Happy Baby being sued. Hain Celestial, which is Earth's Best, being sued. Plum Organics, Sunmade being sued. Sprout Foods, Walmart's, Parents' Choice, all being sued. These are manufacturing companies. At the beginning of 2025, over 100 cases have happened. These pivotal trials are scheduled for July of this year. So we're going to be seeing these actual cases. Before, hopefully they adjudicate them. They go through litigation so that we actually see what's happening before they settle. So listen to this. There's over 100 active cases in 2025 of baby formula manufacturing facilities and plastics and microplastics and heavy metals. Amazon's being sued right now because of contamination of certain types of rice. Uncle Ben's rice. Whole Foods 365 is being sued right now because of arsenic in the rice. Ziploc, so Johnson & Johnson is being sued right now because of the freezer ready, microwave ready plastics. Don't use those. Please do not microwave plastic. Do not microwave anything in plastic. Don't cook in aluminum or aluminum foil. These are not good for the body. A class action lawsuit against Chobani, we already talked about. There's another big one right now that's Kraft, Heinz, Coca-Cola, and Pepsi are being sued right now because of the ultra-processed additives in their food, leading to pediatric health. We're seeing now class action lawsuits happen because people are being exposed to heavy metals and microplastics. So what do? You got to clear the clutter out of your body. It's not that difficult. It is almost impossible to avoid all of these toxins. It's not completely impossible, but it's pretty damn close. So what do we need to do? Okay. We need to right now clear the clutter out of our shelves. Stop cooking in plastic. Stop using bottled water. Stop using plastic silverware or plastic anything. Try to shift towards real plates. You know what? Be blessed that you have dishes to do, right? That's what gets us healthier. We got to get back to doing things that make us healthier. We got to also start pulling these toxins out. I'm going to tell you right now. Look, I'm going to show you exactly what I do. Let me pull this out because I have a parent coming in about an hour, and we're going to be talking to the mother about this protocol. So here's one thing that we're going to use for the child. Okay. So this little baby, this little kid, she's 18 months old. We did a test on her and found out her BPAs are high and she's got forever. So PFAS chemicals are elevated. Little girl's breaking out. Her rash is bad. Stomach hurts all the time. All these things. So we're going to put her on the Detox Pro Plus formula. For a child, we're going to do 1 dropper full a day in water or a sippy cup or in a bottle. You don't have to heat it up. You don't do any of that stuff. Just shake this, put a dropper in, let that kid have it. For my adult patients and our parents who have children who are 18 months and above, we're also going to put them on the master microbiotics. We need binders and chelators. This formula has activated charcoal. It binds the toxins out of the intestinal tract. It has fulvic acid in it that works as a Trojan horse. That's a tiny little mineral that gets inside of the cells, inside of the lymph, literally will pull out heavy metals, microplastics, and toxins from those regions of the body. We also put a very specific type of shilajit in here. The shilajit has 84 minerals, so it backfills. When you pull, listen to me, when you pull heavy metals out of the body, you're going to cause a gap in that cell. It's called cellular gapping. You're pulling a chunk. It's like pulling if somebody threw a brick in my drywall and I pulled the brick out, there's going to be a hole in the drywall. You got to backfill that. That's in this formula. And we have a kalinipolite zeolite in here that is a positively ion charged magnet in the body, so that we can pull that stuff out of the blood, out of the lymph. Stuff, I'm meaning heavy metals, microplastics, all that stuff. And heavy metals and microplastics are going to stick together. They're sponges. So you want to have things that specifically work on microplastics, specifically work on heavy metals, and things that work on both. We must chelate, we must bind, and we must remove this out of our system. And then you've got to have I like spore-based bacterias. And we have a blend called our Master Microbiotic Formula. We use the Blue Zone technologies. These are the 9 most common bacteria that are found in men and women who live in the blue zones, who don't have a lot of these problems that we do. And remember, whenever you have microplastics and heavy metals, you're going to have disruption in your gut microbiome. I have been pulling my hair out, as you can see, for the last 20 years trying to fix leaky gut. Until we crack the code of, you got to also pull out the microplastics, the heavy metals, the phthalates, the toxins, while you're repairing the gut microbiome, or you'll never, ever do it. I work diligently with my patients for 45 to 90 days with these and a process to pull the crap out of their body, and then they do it the rest of their life to maintain. Folks, listen, this is a big deal. Look at this for just one more moment. All these lawsuits that are happening right now over heavy metals and microplastics in the food supply. There's over 100 cases right now of heavy metals in baby foods causing autism spectrum disorder, contributing to it, and ADD, ADHD. Let me help you with one more thing. In September, in a couple months, the Make America Healthy Again group and the doctors of Make America Healthy Again are going to be releasing a study, and Secretary Kennedy is going to be presenting it to the world, and it's going to show that the causes of autism spectrum disorder, there are multiple causes, but it deals primarily with inflammation and an immune system response early on in development, whether that's in utero and moms are taking Tylenol or other things that can screw up their glutathione production, which can mess up children's development. Number 2, whether the mom and or the baby have an MTHFR gene defect, which means they need a specific type of methylated B vitamins. They need to avoid gluten and glyphosate like it's the plague, and they need to have the right other macros and micros in their diet so they don't have these issues. Or if a child is exposed to Pitocin during the delivery process, in some instances, that can be a contributing factor. But we know without a shadow of a doubt that these microplastics, these heavy metals, all these toxins are contributing factors to neurodegenerative decline and neurotoxicities. These are neurotoxins. plastics, heavy metal, mercury, lead, cadmium, arsenic, and it's in the freaking food supply. It's in the water. It's in the baby foods. This is not some fear-mongering thing. This is the facts. This is the truth. This is what your doctor should be doing for you. So look, remember, microplastics are in your brain, in your heart. Guys, they're in your testicles. The latest study just said the average man has 8.2 milligrams in their testicles. Look at all these lawsuits that are happening right now globally because of the heavy metals and microtoxins in the food supply, especially in our baby foods. Look, I told you we've been using the Detox Pro Plus formula and many iterations of that in my practices for a while to detoxify the body. This is what we do, and it works, folks. So listen, I'm telling you, you're going to hear more and more information about all these things. You're going to be hearing more problems coming out. You're going to be hearing more issues. You've got to start taking action. We're seeing a great awakening. Awakening has happened. Now we're seeing a great movement towards doing the right things. We're awake. Now we need to do the right things. And folks, knowledge is power. This is what I want you to understand. Knowledge is power, but wisdom is taking that knowledge and applying it to your life. Give me a thumbs up. You guys can see me, hear me. Let me know where you're watching from. Here's a great comment. April just said, preach it. She says, the truth is finally being told. She's a former ER nurse. She has 2 kids with autism spectrum disorder, as well as myself. By the way, we all probably have a little bit of ASD because the schedule, not all of us, but a lot do. It's such a wide scale. I know that I have a little bit as well. We are reversing it slowly as we learn the truth. Keep speaking the truth. I will. April, make sure you're detoxing your body, okay? Detox those kids. So listen, let me tell you why this is safe for kids. So I don't care if you use mine or not, but here's what you need. You need an organic activated charcoal binder. You need a nano-size cliniptonite zeolite that does not come from any type of a region around the ocean, okay? That's going to be a bit of a problem in some cases. Number 3, you need to have fulvic and humic acid, organic fulvic and humic acid. Those are so important for this process. And then you need to have the right type of shilajit. And I like shilajit that comes from the Himalayan mountains. It's the most pure and cleanest that we've seen. And it has 84 of the 92 essential minerals that a human body needs every day. Okay. That's what this is. Okay. That's what this is. So keep doing that. Deborah says, hey, we're in Kansas. Love your detox warrior water. Awesome. Listen, Deborah, I want you to know something. That warrior water is an old version. I don't use that. I don't recommend that anymore. It's not as strong and as powerful and as potent. It does have some actives in it. I'm not exactly sure what's in that warrior water anymore. That was taken over by some of my partners. I don't really have a say in that formula, so I don't carry it. I don't use it. I don't recommend the warrior water anymore. I use the Detox Pro Plus because I know what's in it. I've done the clinical studies on it. Unfortunately, the warrior water didn't have any clinical studies that were done on it. The Detox Pro Plus has multiple. In fact, we've proven that it pulls down microtoxics and heavy metals. Someone asked me another question. Jessica says, oh yeah, hey Deborah, he has nothing to do with warrior water anymore. He doesn't recommend it. Exactly. Exactly. Wendy, awesome. Wendy says, hey, I received the Detox Pro Plus yesterday. She was one of the first ones. She got a free bottle. Awesome, Wendy. Let me take a picture of that. That makes me happy. Good job, young lady. Awesome. And start using it. And then let us know what you feel and what you notice. Listen, here's the deal. You got to give your body a minimum of 90 days, to really detox the system. When I start people out, all right, when I start people out with detox, what I typically do is I say, look, the first 45 days, if you can, do 2 dropper fulls 3 times a day. So morning, noon, and night. Put it in water, put a little pinch of lemon or of organic salt in there, a little squeeze of lemon, a little squeeze of lime, and then boom, shoot it down. You're golden 3 times a day. You don't have to. You can open it up, put it in your mouth. It doesn't really taste like much. Then when you're maintaining your daily detox, it's 2 dropper fulls 1 time a day. That's an ideal world, but you do it the best you can. So here's another question. So Patty says, Detox Pro Plus, all you need? Depends, okay? I don't do that all you need, but if that's all you can do, then that's what you need to do. Now listen, Every single person that I use for detoxification in my practice, I put them on Detox Pro Plus because I want to bind and I want to pull out those minerals, or sorry, the toxins, and I want to backfill it with the right minerals. That's what this does. Okay, this is a very good formula, doctor formulated. I made this formula myself. Many of you don't know, I've manufactured products for about 15 years for all kinds of case uses, primarily for high use, high value, high quality functional medicine practices like mine. Then I add the master microbiotics because I need to repair the gut microbiome. These two together will also destroy the biofilms in the body, which is like a slimy little cellular force field that gets wrapped around your gut microbiome and doesn't allow you to kill off the bad bugs and grow new ones. This also, it has anti-parasitic properties, anti-candida properties, as well as other anti-inflammatory type properties. So I put these together with every single patient that comes through my practice. Do these two, and I put them on a minimum of 3 months. Most people, I do it for 6 months, but that's what I'm talking about. So Patty says to pull it all out is what I mean. Yeah, that's what you need to do that. Now, you have mechanical detoxification pathways in your body as well that get stimulated through movement. So I either tell people go for a walk, do jumping jacks, jump on a rebounder. Man, if you can get yourself a rebounder, buy one of those things, $100 or less, or buy them used on Craigslist or Amazon or somewhere. That rebounder, 5 minutes a day, is really powerful. Or if you can handle it and afford it, go buy a standing vibration machine, because that vibration will help. Or do deep breathing movements, or go to the gym. Those are all reasons why you can do that. Cheryl says, hey, how do you order it? Okay, so listen, remember, my BioLimitless organization is a global organization supported by doctors and influencers globally, all right? It's a system that's by the people, of the people, and for the people, and we're intentionally kind of flying under the radar, and we're about to just, go into the stratosphere because of some of the things that we're doing. But here's what you can do, all right? If, listen to me, if there's three types of people, if you are already in the BioLimitless family, you should already have a back office set up. You can go in and order whatever you want. You can go do that. And that's number one. So go to your back office. Number two, if you do not have a back office, if you're not in the BioLimitless ecosystem, if you're not in our family yet, get with the person who told you to come check out Dr. Naputi or watch these videos. Get with that person. That person's an influencer. They have a link. I want you to go get that link from them and use that, because I want to support our family. I want to support the influencers who are supporting BioLimitless. Okay. So that's the second category. Number three, if you're not in the back office, you don't have a family, or you're not in the family yet, you don't have a referral from an influencer yet, then you can go, we have one, you can go to wearebiolimitless.com. That's wearebiolimitless.com, one word, and that's how you can order it. But get with the person who got you here, because I want to support the family of influencers and doctors globally that we have. So folks, I got to get going. I got to go see some patients, but I hope you understand this is a big problem. Look at all these toxic lawsuits that are happening. Look at all this. Look at all this stuff that's going on here. This is a problem, okay? A very big problem. And if we don't do something about this, let me put something in here. Good. LIMIT. Yeah. That's the site there. You guys can go order at the wearebiolimitless.com if you don't have a referral or you're not in the ecosystem yet. Get in the ecosystem. Everybody should be a part of this. You guys all have the opportunity to do this, and you can share this with all your friends and family and your loved ones. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this conversation. Until we meet again, I'm Dr. Eric Naputi. God bless you. God bless America, and God bless this beautiful, beautiful world. Stay smart out there and protect those babies. See you soon. Be well, everybody.